know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you.
Total bullshit. Well, what do we have here? The third episode in a row that starts out with a flashback? I could just imagine the pitch meeting during the pre-production phase. Guys, I know this is gonna seem like a drastic move, but I think we should base this season around a new character. It's not gonna be Clementine. She doesn't matter anymore, even though she's pretty much the only reason why the Walking Dead games are still relevant, but that's besides the point. So yeah, what do you guys think? Well, that's dumb. I mean, how are you going to get people to care about this new character? Well, flashbacks, of course. I mean, isn't that the usual BS that writers do? Huzzah, Telltale said as they chortled at the idea of our disappointment. And flashbacks it was, and the season it did suck.
I hate being out so close to dark. It's harder to see them coming.
Well, Kate, if you're having trouble seeing them at night, then I have the perfect solution for you. God, what's the name of that basic item people use for survival? What's it called? A flashlight. I mean, yeah, the light could potentially attract walkers, but if you survive this long, then you'll use it sparingly. You must have some pretty slow reaction time if you didn't hear that door open behind you. This Walker child is a regular Duck 2.0. Press the button 3 times to smash his skull. There's that rule of 3 cliche.
I'm sorry. I was just so fucking scared.
You froze. It's okay.
I wanted to kill it. I really did, but I know him. That was one of Gabe's friends. True.
Really, Game? Are you trying to make me feel sorry for killing a Walker kid when you just killed a living kid not 2 episodes ago?
Okay. So you recognized him. That's no reason to let it kill you. And it was going to kill you.
Actually, it was gonna kill you because it jumped on your back.
I know we all wanted to stay here in the house and wait for David to come back. But it's been 3 months since he drove away with your mom.
So basically, it's been 3 months since the whole apocalypse started, and yet you still hesitated to kill a walker? Even if it was somebody you knew?
We're not safe here. Not anymore. You and I could have been killed out there. For an empty can. There's gotta be a safer place out there. We stay, somebody's going to get hurt. Or worse.
Gotta love that Kate logic. Everyone outside of the house is dead, so in order to keep the family safe, we're going to move out of the house and enter the world where said dead people roam.
We have to go.
How come? What if I don't want to leave?
3 seasons into this series, and the game still thinks I give a damn about what some kid thinks. Especially since we're currently in a flashback and we already know what happens.
Sorry, Gabe. But we're the adults here.
So we have no say in this at all?
Game is missing the option that says, hey kid, I just caved in your friend's skull. You might want to wisen up.
How about you guys go and I stay here?
You're a kid. That's not how it works.
I can take care of myself.
Oh, Gabe, thank you for proving once again that outside of Clementine, Telltale cannot write child characters who aren't annoying and worthless. That Discount Wolf Among Us music, though. You leave the bat?
Dad?
Javi! Is that really you?
Gotta love how the first thing David notices is not his own son that he pretty much abandoned, but his own brother, because main character syndrome.
You gotta let us in. Kate doesn't have much longer. Jesus. Kate!
You're just now noticing that your wife is injured? Wow, slow reaction time must run in the family.
Sorry, but the rest of you have to go straight to quarantine.
What for?
That's a pretty dumb question to be asking at this point, Trip. Checking for bites is the most logical procedure in a zombie apocalypse.
Well, at least those assholes realized she needed a hospital once they saw her.
I'm sorry, Javi. Really, but I didn't have any reason not to believe them.
You just had a group assault your community by overwhelming it with walkers. Pretty sure you have a solid reason not to believe them.
What?
The people here in Richmond, their new frontier.
Oh my god.
Why is this a shock to Eleanor? She never knew about the new frontier. Plus, Trip only recognized them because of their brand and only knew about their name because Clementine exposed it to him. And this was all revealed while Eleanor was with Kate.
Oh, you ain't even heard the worst part yet. One of them's his brother.
I didn't even know you had a brother, Javi.
Yeah, it's probably because you've only known him for a few days at most. It's highly unlikely that he would have spilled his family's secrets that early.
Family drama aside, hope you know I'm not about to make nice with New Frontier. I know you didn't have much stake in Prescott, Javi, but they burned that place to the ground for no fucking reason.
And it was a community you quickly abandoned without ever checking to see if any of your people were okay. So your quest for vengeance is somewhat of a moot point.
If your brother knew anything about what happened in Prescott, he's got to answer for it. They all do. I owe that to Conrad. I'm not just gonna let things slide. I've never really been an eye-for-eye kind of man. But people died. We need to even out the scales.
Oh, really? They attacked our community and now we must seek vengeance by ruining another community. Sounds like every single Walking Dead plot line ever. I mean, that would work if we didn't have characters who were insufferable.
Come on already. Kate's asking for you.
So, quarantine is quite a loose term around here, huh? We were locked up to be checked for bites and nobody ever got checked for bites.
Maybe you think it's okay to keep a lady waiting. Thought I taught you better than that.
Says the guy who threw a fit over a shot glass being broken. And once again, we have a community that has their shit together. So naturally, the writers will make them the most evil people in the world.
What was she like, Javi? Mariana saw things that other people didn't. She told me she wanted to write down her memories to keep them alive after she was gone.
Sounds like her. Always was a dreamer.
If you knew all that, then why did you ask what she was like?
Bastards knocked me out and threw me in their truck. I got away near this town, Prescott. The same assholes attacked us there. Their leader flooded it with walkers and tear gas.
Leader?
A crazy bald guy with a beard.
Badger? What the fuck have you done now?
What the fuck has he done now? That basically confirms that this isn't the first time Badger has taken matters into his own hands. And if that's the case, you knew all along that he was a madman. Yet you just told us that your people are not in the business of killing little girls.
My people aren't in the habit of killing little girls. Politics here. They can get messy.
I thought you were the boss.
There's 4 of us that run Richmond. You need to impress the other 3.
Rule of 3 cliche.
Ava is my brother, Javi.
The baseball brother? No shit. What are the chances of you turning up on the doorstep?
On a scale of 1 to convenient, I'll say convenient.
Why didn't you come back?
Mama and I got routed out of the city on the way to the hospital.
But you were all heading to the same hospital, remember?
Get the kids. Meet at the hospital.
So how did Javi make it back to the house and you got rerouted out of the city when you left before Javi?
Look at my wife. Isn't she the most beautiful woman alive?
Come on. With the lights off, you could mistake me for a walker.
A damn fine walker.
David is into necrophilia, confirmed.
Everything inside me screams to get away from here. These people are killers.
Kate knows that these people are killers without having any knowledge that they're New Frontier. She withdrew from the fight Javi and Clem had with them and escaped with Eleanor before the walkers overran their pit stop.
And David? David threw his own brother in a cell.
Actually, it was members of the community who did that. David had nothing to do with Javi being thrown into quarantine.
Truly superlative work. I thought I'd have to operate, but all she needed was IV fluids and some antibiotics.
Oh man, they dragged Yuri Lowenthal into this, didn't they? Discount Asian rogue. That cake is a lie.
We value straight talk here.
Joan blatantly lies by saying that they value straight talk, and then immediately becomes concerned once Javi initiates straight talk.
No offense, but what qualifies you to lead?
Testing us already?
Wondering what this fine piece of body art is all about? It's our litmus test for loyalty.
Except when it comes to Clementine. Planting your ass near a bowl of fresh spinach.
We caught him siphoning gas from one of our vehicles.
Max.
Sorry, David. I know he's family, but your brother's a thief.
Yeah, but isn't everybody at this point? It's not really a valid argument when you claimed it was your gas and we had no way of knowing that.
I was scavenging whatever I could find. I had no idea it belonged to you.
If you just asked, we'd have given it to you.
Doubtful, seeing as how you were clearly hostile. Or did you forget?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a little too late for that. That's not all. Rufus said Clementine ran his truck off the road just to break him free.
Clementine?
A girl we had trouble with in the past.
Clint doesn't realize that Clementine was once part of this community, despite being one of the 4 people in charge of operations.
This is who you're asking us to vouch for, David? Seriously? You know we can't just open our doors to bandits.
You won't allow bandits, but you have killers within your own community? Yep. Sounds like Walking Dead logic. As per usual in Telltale games, your choices are meaningless. You will be exiled even if you were honest and told the truth. The illusion of choice trend continues. Hey, game, leave decisions like this to me. I don't want to offer my hand to Kenny 2.0.
Did you piss in someone's oatmeal back there? Thought you were gonna play along.
Game is missing the option that says, hey dude, it's a Telltale game. We were gonna end up here regardless. So if you somehow manage to bring Clementine along with you, this scene will still be animated as if Ava doesn't see her, even though Ava was the one who introduced Clementine to the new frontier. Finally, I was wondering when the teleporting dead were gonna make their appearance. Also, that was not a quarter mile, Jesus. They were literally there a few meters away.
Tell me that isn't what I think it is.
About a quarter mile out.
Come on, man. Move your ass.
Trip and Jesus are just a few feet away from Javi when he gets attacked by walkers, yet don't bother to help in any way. And that's only so we could have our dramatic Clementine return just in case she didn't come with you to Richmond. Hell, she's basically fan service at this point. Also, that was basically Clem ex machina.
I thought you were getting out of here.
I was. The walkers are everywhere. I had to cover myself in walker guts to get away.
You were covered in walker guts, yet your clothes are surprisingly clean. And those are the same clothes you've been wearing this entire game.
The new frontier gave me this and made me one of them. They promised they'd help him.
Playing the pronoun game. I mean, yeah, we know she's talking about AJ, but still a pronoun. I think we're just gonna have to accept the fact that Clementine will only be playable in flashbacks. This is turning out to be more disappointing than the 2nd season of the TV show. Nobody hears a toddler crying.
Clem, please don't. The vancomycin. That's the last of it. It'll be wasted on AJ. I told you. It could save someone's life.
So, you say it'll later save a life, and yet Clem is trying to save AJ's life, yet you say it'll be wasted on him.
What?
That's some fascinating logic there, buddy.
It's the only thing that can save him.
Except it can't.
But why not? How does an antibiotic that was created to treat bacterial infections not treat bacterial infections? Or whatever the hell AJ has. I don't appreciate this lack of detail, game. If you choose to put the drugs back, David will still be angry with you, also claiming that it was a waste, despite the vancomycin still being in the syringe.
How could you betray our trust like this? After everything we've done for you.
As I recall, I chose not to join your community in the first place, so it's not like Clem owes you anything. Not that those choices matter in a Telltale game, but it's a choice I made nonetheless.
You fucking high again? Pull yourself together before the others see you. Deal with the damn kid.
David chastises Clementine for stealing drugs, yet says absolutely nothing to the doctor who is getting high, essentially wasting drugs. But hey, it's not like contradiction ever meant anything in the Walking Dead universe.
We opened our arms to you, made you one of us. This is how you repay us? By stealing? By putting yourself before the group?
In the Walking Dead universe, trying to save someone else's life constitutes as putting yourself before the group. Them's the rules.
Come on, AJ. We don't need this place anyway.
He stays. Can't take him with you. That ship has sailed.
You just said that AJ was a lost cause and that you should have left him out in the woods a week ago.
We stopped because he was a lost cause.
Come on, David. She was just trying to help her kid.
We helped enough. We should have left him out in the woods a week ago.
So what's the point in keeping him?
He's in no condition to travel.
Let him go, Clem. He'll only drag you down out there.
Oh yeah, AJ's gonna bring Clementine down, even though Clem has been taking care of him since he was born, which was way before she ever met the new frontier. Shit! Jump scares? I thought we moved beyond that in the Walking Dead games. How disappointing.
Hey, I'm here. David!
David somehow manages to make it through all of those walkers with nothing but a handgun and no help.
But how? He was dying. Clem said so.
AJ bounced back. He was stronger than we thought. It was a miracle.
Well, that's the easiest sin of convenience I've ever given.
I might be going crazy, but I think these came from Prescott.
That's a reasonable conclusion, seeing as how they literally say property of Prescott.
That's Phantom Punch.
Richmond seized a non-functioning arcade machine for no reason other than for us to say, hey, I remember that arcade machine from the first episode. Javi and David don't immediately attack, especially since David said he would handle Badger, and he's right here. Javi discards the baseball bat for no reason. Oh, glorious QuickTime events. How I never ever miss you. Easiest damn decision I've made in this entire series. You insult me, game. Like, seriously, you're gonna leave him to turn so he can be a pain in the ass later? Who are the spineless cowards who picked that option?
Oh.
What? It's good riddance. That son of a bitch killed Mariana.
Did that make you feel better?
I wouldn't shed any tears if I were you.
Maybe I'm shedding them for your brother.
It's a little late in the apocalypse for a guilt trip, don't you think, Jesus? You might be taking your nickname a little too literally.
Come on, we gotta get on the move. Herd's closing in.
You mean the herd that completely surrounded this factory just 10 minutes ago and then somehow magically disappeared?
I'm thinking this will go a lot better if we split up.
Splitting from the group plot cliche.
What about you, Clem?
I'm pretty sure I've still got some friends in the New Frontier.
Clem says this even if you chose to spit in David's face, and Ava pretty much disowned you afterwards.
You deserve everything you get.
And after the fact that Clem pretty much hates the New Frontier at this point.
As soon as I find him, taking that truck and getting the hell out of here.
How did you get those keys from David? You weren't even close to him to pickpocket them. Video game cliche number 27, if the game is not based around stealth, you can bet your ass there's gonna be some random stealth segment somewhere in the game.
You know Javi Garcia? Used to play shortstop for Baltimore.
Overheard dialogue exposition.
What the hell was that? Let's check it out.
These guys actually fall for this trick after they just got done talking about how Javier might ninja his way back into this community.
Medical center.
Gonna go ninja his way back in here and stir up trouble.
Gabe, no,
Kate,
no. Please, Gabe. Please. I never thought I could be a mom. I never thought I wanted to be a mom until I met you and your sister.
You sure about that, Kate? That's not what you said in the first episode.
Oh, when I found out David had kids, I told him, I am not changing who I am around them. And when he proposed, I reminded him that I'm not exactly stepmother material.
Also, it doesn't matter if you leave Gabe alone, the game's gonna make him come along with you anyway, because it enjoys letting you suffer.
What's this?
They were trying to leave. Him and his lady friend.
Leave? I asked you to get Kate and Gabe safe, not tuck your tail and run. Were you really gonna desert me when I needed you most?
Well, I did say I wasn't gonna promise anything.
don't wait up for me, okay?
Javi?
I'm gonna do whatever I have to keep Kate and Gabe safe. After that, I'm not promising anything.
It's not my fault the game didn't take that option into account.
You smuggled your brother into Richmond despite what we agreed.
You must have been deaf when David reassured Javi that everything would be alright.
This is ridiculous. You have to do something.
I can't right now. But maybe I can down the road. Just stay alive.
Me, Badger, and Lonnie, we ran the ops. Off Jones' orders.
God damn it, Max.
I'm washing my hands of this, man.
So, despite keeping Max alive and bringing him to expose Joan, everybody will still ignore the damage she's caused and forgive her, despite them shaming Javi for doing the exact same thing earlier on in this very episode. Once again, the illusion of choice trend continues.
They don't take orders from you anymore, David. You're done here. You put yourself before the group.
In the Walking Dead universe, exposing somebody for their wrongdoing constitutes as putting yourself before the group.
This is not over, Joe. I have friends here. Allies.
If by friends and allies you mean just Ava, then sure. But you didn't even mention her in the list of allies that were our best bet.
We're gonna need allies in Richmond. Lingard and Clint, they're our best bet.
And those two clearly didn't demonstrate any loyalty to you. Also, we could add Joan to the long list of characters who fell victim to the good all along, bad all along trope, in which the character who you think is nice at first turns out to be the ultimate asshole all along.
I hope you choke on your fucking cake. It looked like shit, by the way.